So Rob's made the executive decision that we're going to be having a pit stop in the Galapagos Islands. Someone's 50 today.
50 years old. Wow. 3, 2, 1.
You are now a shellback.
You officially crossed the southern hemisphere.
Woo! We have made it to the Galapagos. Hi, dude.
Well, that was an absolute crap show. So we were supposed to be getting just fuel, and that's what we thought the advisor said that we were going to be doing, and wound up having to do other things because they needed an emergency.
So we have a little dilemma.
Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds, and we're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming, we'll keep running, nothing in our way. We got what it takes. Here we go with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Last week, we left the safety and security of Panama, setting sail on our 4,000 nautical mile voyage to French Polynesia.
Birds are on deck.
Getting a little free ride, taking a break. Good morning. It is day 7. Currently doing 6.5, 7 knots. We got 19 knots of wind. Look what we got on the horizon.
So how are you enjoying this so far?
I'm hating it, but at least I can play video games.
Right, a little more than you're supposed to. What movie did we watch last night?
Moana, in which you changed the movie like mid-thing.
No, I didn't. We watched the whole thing. Yeah, you fell asleep.
Oh.
It's just a little bit different watching Moana when you're actually in a boat in the middle Pacific Ocean and she crosses her boat. It's like, Moana was actually scary for me to watch.
I know, me too.
So Rob's made the executive decision that we're going to be having a pit stop in the Galapagos Islands because we've burned, I guess, half a tank of fuel getting through the doldrums to get to the Galapagos because there was no wind. We are going to check into the Galapagos. It's $300 to have the privilege to anchor in the waters. We cannot get off the boat. They're going to bring the fuel to us, and then if we need any provisions, they'll bring provisions to us. We can't get off the boat. So I don't know, it kind of hurts your, not self-esteem, but it just feels like, you know, other people make it without stopping the Galapagos, but Rob's just wanting to be safest for our family and make sure that we've got enough fuel on board in the case that we need it. All right, tell me about your bird friends.
So Bob, he is kind of where the donkey seat is. He was on the boat all day. Then Jimmy, he just got here.
Is the white one? Yeah, he's new to our crew, but we have had these same birds flying around the boat at night, and so you can see them in the light, and they talk to one another, and everything's open, and it'll scare you to death because it's like 1:30 in the morning. They'll just start talking, but it's kind of neat to have little friends on the boat, although they're crapping everywhere. Our bird colony is growing quite rapidly. Davis, what are you doing?
Trying to get the birds off the boat.
Why?
Well, because they're pooping on everything. Look at this. I
So it's like a carnival game. He's like shooting at the birds with a water gun.
You gotta shoot them hard.
I can't.
I think they just think it's a bath.
They
You're a
don't
bad
knock it
shot,
off.
dude.
They're not even moving now. Okay, now we have even more birds. And they have crapped all over our decks. And they are rowdy. You can see like the leader of the group, he yells at everybody.
I got the mean one. I did get the mean one off the boat.
Can you tell me what our bird friends are?
Red-footed booby.
A red-footed booby. So this dude is related to the blue-footed booby, which I'm hoping to find in our 12-hour stop to the Galapagos. And then Rob and I thought we saw the biggest dolphins of our lives, but we looked it up because we have a really cool book called this, and I dug it out, and it's got like pictures in here. So we identified the biggest dolphin of our lives as a false killer whale. So it's pretty cool, like seeing these things and then identifying what it is. So Davis and I are trying to get some schoolwork done today. We took a week off of school because just getting used to passage, but we got to get back to school, right?
Look at that.
We're actually sailing. Day number 8.
Day 8.
We're sailing.
Oh my God, this is taking forever.
This is taking forever. I guess because all we've seen is ocean for the past
7 days.
Yeah, 6 or 7 days. And you're just bouncing and moving around. And today everything is moist and just sticky. Like our salt shaker is all
Messed up, yeah.
like, ugh.
So normally it would take between 6 to 7 days to the Galapagos. But we had a countercurrent and the wind is just playing against us. The wind is actually coming directly from the Galapagos straight at us. So we're having to tack back and forth, which is adding miles and miles to our trip. And you know, everybody's healthy on board. Nobody's seasick or anything like that.
No one's been seasick the whole time. You just feel like lethargic, like you don't feel like doing anything. I mainly just sleep and read.
I sit up here at the helm most of the day.
Rob watches movies, Davis plays Farming Simulator. But today we've started school back, so he's got to earn his tech time, he's got to read.
Our fuel situation's not bad, but you know, being that we have to run our generator to make water, I really wanted just to be on the safe side and top our tanks off for our trip. So once we get done with the Galapagos, it should take around 22-ish days to get there. So just about twice as long. But hopefully we'll be with the current, we'll be with the wind, and we'll just cruise along. We won't have to fight against the current. We won't have to fight against the wind. It'll all be either at our beam or behind us.
Hopefully it'll be downwind sailing. This passage making is definitely not my favorite. And I guess just from not moving, like I've tried to work out and I just feel so swollen. Like my hands, everything just feels swollen. I guess mainly because the only thing I want to eat is carbs, and that's the only thing that makes it's like being pregnant when you just want to make sure you have something on your stomach so you don't get nauseated. Ugh, the birds are fighting.
Well, it is Tuesday, the 9th of April. We are still at sea. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's still sleeping. I'm on my shift still. Shannon let me sleep in an hour till 3 o'clock this morning for my birthday present. So I'm rested. I've just got finished watching a movie with the sun coming up. Well, no sun coming up. It's cloudy. It looks like we're about to get a little bit of rain, and we are moving along at about 4 knots. There's a little bit of wind, like 3 knots right at our nose. But because there's really no wind, we're just headed straight towards where we need to be. And the birds have done a number to our boat. I mean, it's just absolutely incredibly nasty. I'm hoping that the wind picks up and gives us a little bit more push to the south. We are approximately 40 miles from the equator, so it would be really cool to cross the equator on my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you, bud.
Someone's 50 today.
50 years old.
Just think you'd be in the middle of the ocean for your 50th birthday?
I did not think I would be in the middle of the ocean for my 50th birthday. I love being out here. This is a truly amazing adventure, and I'm glad to be spending my 50th on this adventure.
Davis, how are the cinnamon rolls?
They're really good.
They're fantastic. I love cinnamon rolls. This is probably my favorite breakfast item.
So I had to plan to get cinnamon rolls, and then we're baking a cake.
We're the fighters. We won't stop, won't quit no matter the cost. We keep keeping on. We're the dreamers. We push through the darkness with all that we've got. We keep keeping on. But on my mind, we've made it.
70 more miles to go, and we will have our fuel stop in the Galapagos.
So we are at 0 degrees, 2 minutes and a couple of seconds from hitting the equator.
A whopping
4 knots.
4.5 knots with 8.5 knots on our nose. So Davis, how excited are you to cross the equator?
I mean, not really that excited. I mean, it's not.
How excited is your hermit crab to cross the equator? Is he excited? Is he even up?
Yeah, he's up. I mean, see him. He's
I mean, we have hauled this hermit crab through 4 different countries. Got the world traveling hermit crab. So this is really the most excitement we've had in a couple of days.
Like watching out front here and watching this thing count down is trying to like watch water boil. 3, 2, 1.
You're now a shellback.
King Neptune, ruler of the seas, we honor you as we prepare to cross this sacred line into the South Hemisphere and ask for your blessing in our continued voyage. I, Rob,
Shannon.
Davis.
do formally renounce my status as a polywog and pledge to reign over our good ship
Paradise Falls.
as true and faithful shellbacks from this day hence. To King Neptune!
King Neptune. So Davis, we present you with something that hopefully you'll keep the rest of your life as a memento of this day. You are now a
official
shellback. And I'm sure that you will frame this on your wall and keep it there in a very esteemed place for the rest of your life. Congratulations, you are now a shellback.
You officially crossed the Southern Hemisphere.
Where's y'all's?
I wish you could see this beautiful sunset we're gonna get on Rob's 50th birthday.
Only a shooting star.
It is 1:45 in the morning. I'm almost off shift, thank God. This is my 31st night shift I've done on this boat. And I'm terrified of the dark. I do not like night shift. It has been pitch black. We've not had a moon, at least on my shift, this entire 9 days. And I am the biggest scaredy cat for the dark. Like, my mom, my dad would like probably laugh if he knew. Well, he's probably looking down from heaven, he's laughing. Like, Shannon's biggest fear, other than snakes, was the dark. And like, I worked night shift in the emergency room just because I was single, and I would be in a hospital, it's well lit, I'd be around a bunch of people, so I'd only have to be alone in my apartment like the other 4 nights a week. And looking out at this vast ocean, and it's just pitch black. And then if you do see a light, it scares the bejesus out of you. Like, thank God I haven't seen a cargo I haven't seen one ship. First night shift I did, I haven't seen any since then. But anyway, just proud for making it 31 night shifts. And I don't like this any better.
That is our first sight of any land in like 7 days, because for the first 3 days we saw land as we went along Panama. Don't want to run into that in the middle of the night.
So here in Galapagos, there are seals in dinghies. They're driving the dinghies now.
We have made it to the Galapagos. Davis. Hi. What's up?
It's sea lions or seals.
Hi, dude.
Ah.
Hi. I was just calling to say hi.
Hi. What's up, guys?
So we made it to the Galapagos at 6 this morning. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at the fish. They're just like standing there.
Shortly after our arrival, Customs and Immigration came aboard to check us in.
Engage in suspected spam.
We needed fuel, and we're having an issue with our
Queremos ver dónde es.
Dice referencia, uno que dice referencia.
Management. Alright.
There goes Rob.
The captain was the only person allowed to leave the boat as we needed to get cash for check-in fees and fuel.
Well, today's day 10.
Hi. Hi. No! Oh God. Push you. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy.
What's up?
No, sir.
He's tired. He's tired.
All right, can Daddy get there?
Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Don't bite me.
Just go get. Good boy. How do they go in?
I know.
Like that?
About an hour later, the fuel boat arrived with our 6 jerry cans full of fuel and allowed us to take on an additional 40 gallons. Promptly at 4 p.m., Customs and Immigration returned to our boat to check our repairs and to check us out of the country.
Es el mismo zarpe.
No problem.
Zarpe
Avión
de
forzoso
Panamá.
capitaniano.
God, okay.
Ah, ya, zarpe de Panamá, el mismo.
After checking out, we then had 1 hour to leave Galapagos waters.
All right, so let me just tell you, we just got finished stopping at the Galapagos. It was tough because we were expecting just to stop and get fuel and head out. But once we cleared that with the agent when we were coming in. We told him exactly what we needed. We just needed fuel. But when we got there, the agent's coworker said to me that we needed to have an emergency in order to be able to stop. So he suggested to me that we tell the authorities that we had engine trouble and we needed to repair an engine, and that's why we stopped in the Galapagos. Well, then when we told them that, they wanted pictures and proof of a repair that was done. So
But we didn't learn that until we were already almost anchored in the Galapagos.
we were there. We were anchored. It was crazy. So we fabricated a fuel issue on one side.
What are you doing?
Deciding on which fuel filter I want to take off to make it look like in whatever. But
We don't condone this, but we just didn't have the correct information going in.
we did. So had I known that we were going to spend $1,000 to stop for 8 hours and not even get off the boat and get only 72 gallons worth of fuel for $1,000, we would have taken on more fuel jugs in Panama City and filled up there for a heck of a lot cheaper. Less, probably a third of the price.
Or just went ahead and figured in stopping the Galapagos in our plan and
Yeah.
just putting that in our budget. But
So anyway,
hindsight's 2020.
yep, you live and you learn.
So we're almost 15 miles out from the last Galapagos island, and we have been enjoying Starlink that's the unlimited package or whatever, so we've all had unlimited Wi-Fi for the past 24, 30 hours, and we're just like, we have to turn it off, and we have to switch it to mobile the what is it? The priority package before, or we're gonna lose it the rest of the trip. So we're all
like a drug, man. It's like a drug.
I had the best night shift ever last night because I was able just to scroll and like just look at Amazon stuff and just, you know, text my family. We could video our friends and family. So it's like.
And Davis has been enjoying kind of chatting with his friends online.
It's like our leash to the world is about to be cut, and it's really hard because we know we're not gonna. We'll have it, but just for an example, just because you have Starlink, you have Wi-Fi out here. You have the privilege of having Wi-Fi, but you have to still pay $2 per gigabyte.
And to put that fast.
To put that in perspective, my last week's YouTube video, the Crossing the Panama Canal, was 17 gigabytes and cost about $40 just to upload that one video to the internet. So it's not like we can sit here and surf on that internet. It's like.
And when you're scrolling like on Facebook, because Facebook, you know, automatically loads all the videos and clips and stuff, all that. So that builds up really fast, and it's in the background. You don't even know what's happening.
But I would turn on, like I would text my daughter and my best friend and my mom, like in the morning for 5 minutes I would turn it on, and at night when I go to bed for 5 minutes. So that's the extent of Starlink out here, but we're about to disconnect the cord. And today is laundry day because we've been out here for 10 days and you literally wear the same thing over and over. So I wear my pajama tops and I wear athletic shorts and a sports bra. Davis just wears swimsuits, and honestly Rob's just in his tighty whities. And just at sunset, Rob says we have dolphins. We do! Hi guys!
They're a little ahead of us.
Oh, they went ahead of us, but that's a nice surprise. It was a brief show, but it was a nice little sunset surprise. Whew, 11 days. I've not stepped on land in 11 days. End of day 11, Davis. How you doing?
Day 11. Going good, yeah.
It's going good?
We saw dolphins this morning and tonight.
Where do you see dolphins?
We just saw them. They went across the bow. So we have a little dilemma, or like I've watched 4 like 30-minute YouTube videos I had downloaded, and I did something else. And I looked at my clock. So Rob goes on shift, or I go on shift from 8 to 2. I look at my watch and it says 8:45. I'm like,
but
there's no way in heck.
So this is Eastern time, and so
so we've crossed a time zone.
So yeah, it's
because we went from, like, I know he's been sleeping like 2 hours at least. So really, it's on my clock. It's like 10:51, but really our time is 8:50. So like, do I have to be on shift an extra 2 hours on my like?
No, I'll wake him up.
He went to bed at a perfect time.
I'll wake him up at 12. Don't worry.
What, at like midnight?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on shift for like ever tonight. Anyway, just little things you don't really expect when you're out here.
Wait, it's
So we are on day 13. We've got between 11 and 14 knots of wind coming from 150 degrees, 120 to 150 degrees on our port side. We're doing about 5 knots, and the sea state is really kind of choppy right now. I mean, you got waves coming from 2 directions, and well, the swell's coming from one direction, waves are coming from another direction, and it's just crazy. So everything's tossed and turned. It's like a washing machine in here, but you know, we are moving forward. We're heading just about due west right now. We're at 3 degrees and 41 minutes. So the Marquise is just a little bit further south than that, but we've got a long way to go. So we're going to take advantage of some downwind sailing, and I put the boat a little bit more west than I had it a little while ago, just because of the fact that it made it just a little bit more comfortable in here. So yeah, hopefully the sea state will calm down a little bit, but we'll keep the wind up, and we'll get there.